Hey there, Paul Niyama, ProfessionallyStrong.com, and I want to help you become the best and strongest version of yourself. And today, we are continuing this series on the biggest mistakes that I see people making in the gym. And if you've missed any of these previous videos, I highly recommend checking them out because I don't want you to make these mistakes with your workouts or your program design. But in this video, we are moving on to mistake number 4. And that is when people don't have a good warm-up before their workout. Now, what do I mean by a good warm-up? Well, there are some people, and I hope you're not one of them, but if you are, okay, correct it. They don't do anything before their workouts. They just jump right into it. Not smart. But there's other people, and they do a few light sets of their exercise, and then they just jump right into their workout. Now, this is better than doing nothing, but it's not really going to prepare your body for a real strenuous workout. And this is something that I did when I was younger, didn't have the knowledge. I used to do a couple sets of a warm-up set, lighter weight, and then I would jump right into my workout. When I was younger, didn't have too much of an effect on me because I was more mobile, my muscles were more elastic, and I didn't have these cumulative injuries that I had. And I'm paying for it now with all these little tweaks and all these little injuries. So be smart. Don't do what I did, especially if you're younger, because these mistakes that you make at a young age can take a toll when you get older. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why you should warm up and what makes a good warm up. And this will allow you to get the best workout possible. So why is a warm-up important? Well, we've talked about that risk to benefit ratio before. We want to try and get the most possible benefit with the least possible risk, and a good warm-up will help to increase the benefits of your workout, but more importantly, it'll help to decrease your risk for injury. And the main thing that you get from a warm-up, you get more blood flowing throughout your body to your tissues, helps your muscles and your joints. It also helps to raise the temperature of your blood and muscles, and this will give your muscles more elasticity. It's a good thing because a cold, stiff muscle has a higher chance for injury, more likely to get torn or some other thing that's not good. Another thing about your workouts is that you get more blood flowing through your tissue, which means that you get more oxygen, more nutrients, which can help with your stamina during your workouts. Another thing about a good workout is it'll help to elevate your heart rate, to get your heart and lungs more prepared for your workout. Moving your body, it's going to help to activate that synovial fluid in your joints and cartilage. And synovial fluid is kind of like a lubricant for your joints. And this will help to reduce the friction in your joints, and it makes your movement smoother. Again, less chance for injury in your joints. It's a good thing. It's going to reduce also your chance for damaging your joints, which will help with the longevity of your workouts, which for me is an important thing. And a good warm-up will also help you psychologically. It's going to help you more to focus, get you dialed in, just get your body realize that it's time to go. Kind of like Sylvester Stallone and Over the Top, where he turns his hat back and he's ready to go. He feels like a truck.
And it's like a switch that goes on.
All right, so what does a good warm-up consist of? Well, for me, it starts with a good general warm-up. Now, a general warm-up is some kind of activity where you're moving your body, you're increasing your heart rate, you're increasing your breathing and your body temperature, something like a piece of cardio equipment like an elliptical or a stationary bike, or you could jump rope, or just something to get your body moving. And when I do it, I try to get a little bit of a sweat going, or I try to get to the point right before I start sweating. Just remember that this is a warm-up, not a workout. A lot of people, they'll stop right here, they'll jump right into their workout, and doing that, it is better than nothing, but there are still some things that you could do to make your warm-up more effective. And for me, once my body is warm, I like to do some self-myofascial release on any tender spots I have. And basically, this is where you're putting pressure on the tender spots in your muscles, trying to release tension, trying to release some pain. And if you don't have any tender spots or any tightness or any previous injuries that are still nagging, you can skip this part. But for me, my traps are pretty tight. So what I like to do is get under a bar and try to really push on that, try to release some of the tender spots in my traps that I'm feeling, really try to break up some of the just tightness in that soft tissues. I could use a lacrosse ball in some other spots like my hips or my upper back. And if I need to get some of the larger muscles to release some tension there, I could use a foam roller. And after I do that, that's when I do some static stretching. Now I know the science and the research say that static stretching before your workout will actually decrease your force output, so decrease your strength, and it'll decrease your performance. So this might be something that you want to skip, but at least for me, I know that I've found when I stretch my hip flexors and my calves, I do that statically before I work out. I tend to have a better workout. I don't spend too much time doing this, maybe 1 to 2 minutes max. But once I'm done with the static stretching, I move on to more dynamic stretching and more dynamic movements. And this involves moving some of the muscles that I'll be using in my workout. And this could be something like arm circles, or swinging my legs, or doing mountain climbers, or band walking, or really anything that involves moving my body without a lot of weight, but it's still relevant to the exercise that I'm doing. And it gets my heart rate up a little. But again, remember, the goal here is to warm yourself up, not to fatigue your muscles and not to fatigue your joints. All right, so after I've done all that, now it's time to start with some warm-up sets. And this is where I see people make a lot of mistakes as well. I see people doing either too few sets, their body isn't ready, that's what I did, or they do too many sets and they get fatigued. Not good either. So the way that I like to build up to my work set is to first start with something light, something like the bar, or I just trying to do the movement of the exercise. I'm not trying to get a pump or a burn or anything like that. I'm just trying to get my body moving the same way that I'll be moving during the exercise, just to make sure that there isn't something bothering me, something that I didn't hit during my other warm-ups. Now, I'm also trying to activate that synovial fluid that we talked about earlier. Now, if the bar is too close to the weight that you're using for your work sets, then just do the exercise without the bar. You're just trying to get your joints lubed up, get your body all ready to go. Then I'll start incrementally increasing the weight. And when I'm doing that, I'm working on my setup, I'm working on my positioning, and I'm keeping the reps low because I'm not trying to get a pump and get tired before my real work. And then most of the times I work all the way up past the weight that I'm using in my work sets with the intention of dropping that back down so I could get some real work done. So for instance, if my work set is at 315, I'm going to work all the way up to 325 or 335 and then drop the weight back down to 315 when I'm going to start my work. And the amount of warm-up sets you do depends on how much weight you're lifting. If my set is 95, my work set is 95, I'm not going to take as many sets to get up to that weight as if my work sets were at 405. So usually I try to do at least 4 warm-up sets before I get there, but a lot of times it's more than that. But again, I'm not trying to do too many because I don't want to get tired for the real work that I'm trying to do. So how long should a good warm-up take? Well, for most people, not including those warm-up sets, maybe around 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long you're going to take with your general warm-up in the beginning. But if you have some kind of nagging injury or you have some kind of tightness that's limiting your mobility, you're probably going to need to spend more time doing some of that soft tissue work with a lacrosse ball or foam roller or something like that. Remember, safety and longevity are important with any workout because that's what's going to allow you to keep working out and not have to take time off to rehab an injury. So don't make this common mistake. I know I did when I was young and I'm feeling it now, so be smarter, learn from my mistakes, and make sure that you keep your body safe and healthy and do a good warm-up. And as usual, if you want the PDF notes to this, there is a link in the description. If you want to go directly to my website, it's at professionallystrong.com. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel because I have a lot more that I want to discuss. Part 5 of the series is coming up next. Let me know in the comments if there are any topics that you want me to cover in future videos. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The links are right over here. You can reach out to me there. I promise I will get back to you. I am Paul Niyama, and I want to help you become the best and strongest version of yourself.